CBW Productions presents Green Arrow, Year 1. Produced by CBW. Written by Wyatt Bowden.
Come on, light, damn you. Come on. Ah!
Good call.
What the?
Don't you know those things are bad for your health?
So sneaking up on a police captain outside a police station. Hands up, freak.
I'm not going to hurt you.
Yeah, well, I got a bunch of officers still in intensive care and a bruised jaw that say otherwise.
Captain.
I won't ask again. Hands up, or I will.
If I wanted to kill you, you'd be dead already.
Don't you usually use a bow?
Doesn't mean I don't know how to use a gun.
Fine. Damn you. You've made your point.
About what happened last night. It was a mistake. One I don't intend to repeat.
That's comforting. What brings you up to my rooftop?
I was tracking suppliers for the drug called Viper that night. I managed to find one when you and your men ambushed me. It spooked whoever was there that night, and they got away.
What do you want, an apology?
Information. For the past few weeks, the supplier has been covering their tracks and gone underground. The trail's gone cold.
And why would I help you? If I can find this information, then why wouldn't I just hand it over to Vice and let them handle it, or even get a team together to handle it myself? You know, because it's police business.
You've been spread too thin as it is. And if Vice cared about doing their job as much as they cared about getting payoffs from Longbow to look the other way, this stuff wouldn't be on the streets right now.
I'm not listening to this. No one asked you to be involved in any of this, Hood.
I didn't ask for that name.
Yeah? Well, you aren't exactly shying away from it, running around, popping arrows into whoever you see fit. Where do you get off with your self-righteous...
Captain! We both know this Viper drug is more dangerous than any ordinary drug. I've already seen those suffering from after effects. A lot of them were kids.
Okay, let's say I decide to help you. What do I get out of this? You gonna turn yourself in?
Not likely.
Then what?
I'll owe you a favor.
How do I contact you?
I'll contact you.
How are you gonna... Well, Gina, now you're making deals with criminals. What the hell is happening to this city?
Oliver?
I brought you some food and water. You should eat.
Where have you been? I thought when you didn't return that it meant... Did she give you these clothes?
Well, yes.
The same clothes as her other mercenary dogs.
Well, China White kinda offered me a position.
And you accepted?
I mean, it seemed like either I accept or she kills me. I chose the lesser of two evils.
More like you chose comfort over dignity.
Hey! You don't get to judge me! I've spent 2 years alone, starving and humiliating myself on this island. So yes, I chose to sleep in a cot over lying dead in a ditch.
Why did you even bother coming down here?
Because I don't like that you're down here without proper food or shelter. I know we don't really know each other, but that doesn't mean you should have to suffer.
You have a kind heart. I pity it's being wasted with this lot.
I'll try to see if I can get you some clothes and blankets.
Free me.
I can't.
This will not last forever. Eventually China and Wyatt will tire of this charade and kill us both.
Taiana.
But if we escape together, then we could free the others. We could...
Taiana! They're watching everything I do. Just waiting for me to slip up or make a mistake. Given time, I could probably work something out to get better accommodations for you.
But the prisoners...
Aren't my problem. I'm just trying to survive, Taiana. This is the best I can do for now.
Oliver, do you know the great tragedy of having a good heart? Lesser evil still feels like evil.
Note to self. Definitely remember that drug pushers are faster than they look. Good thing I didn't decide to walk out without a towel.
Don't I know it?
What brings you down the hall, John?
Nothing special. Just my job.
Oh?
Yeah, see, I realize that you're just gonna keep pulling your disappearing act until you get whatever this is out of your system. That just means I need to work smarter, not harder.
How so?
See, when I was serving, if we had to bodyguard any foreign dignitaries, we had one simple directive. Line of sight. Meaning I had to see them at all times in order to do my job.
Meaning now you're gonna treat me like a POW?
Don't be dramatic. But to put it plainly, you best get used to this face. Because wherever you go, it's gonna be right next to you.
Okay. Well, can I at least have some privacy to change?
Yeah, sure, man. But I'll be right by the door. So, where you been going lately?
Keeping me talking to make sure I'm here?
More like I'd rather not have to guess.
Fair enough. I've been volunteering at a shelter down in the Glades. It's been taking up a lot of my nights.
Oh, really? How'd you get involved with that?
Well, see, there's this girl.
Say no more.
Oh, you sure? I'd hate for you to not be in the know.
Positive. You know, it's been a minute since I went down and did any kind of community work. How about you count me in if you decide to try and sneak off there tonight? Oliver?
This boy better be in his dang room.
Out the window. That's cute.
Mr. Steele?
Oliver? My. This is a pleasant interruption. To what do I owe this impromptu visit?
Well, first off, I want to thank you for working with Thea on those outreach donations.
Oh, Oliver, believe me, you really don't need to thank me when your sister is the tour de force that she is.
That she is. But all the same, Mr. Steele, I do thank you for assisting with this. Giving back to the city is going to do a lot of good for the people.
You know, you sound so much like your father.
I do?
You do. He was always the idealist in this company, always striving for only the best this company could be for the city.
Well, I can certainly only hope to aspire to such ambition.
He'd be proud to hear you talk like that. Idealist or not, he was definitely always a little worried about what path you were going to take in life. I'm glad to know he was worried for nothing.
Well, definitely not for nothing.
All the same, welcome back, my boy.
uncomfortable meeting?
Meetings. Plural.
Ouch.
Indeed. I'm booked solid for the rest of the afternoon. I was hoping I still had more time in the day, but there never seems to be enough in this line of work.
Actually, sir, I had another reason for seeing you today.
Oh? Newspaper clippings?
Not just any clippings, sir. These are from the different stories run about the vigilante attacks.
You mean the ones about the wealthy industrialists who were attacked by the Hood?
Yes, sir. I was thinking about these for a little while, and, well, these men are guilty of some pretty horrible things.
Only if proven in court.
Yes, of course. But regardless, their public image has certainly plummeted since the attack, meaning their stock has plummeted, along with some of their assets.
Oh.
Now, I know we've already been doing a lot to donate to the less fortunate of Star City, but what if we were to acquire some of these assets and repurpose them further?
We could end up making an investment for businesses that would actually pay back more than just a tax write-off, along with the right donations from the city government, of course.
And the company's public image would look better than ever. Queen Consolidated saves Star City. How does that sound?
Oh my. I must say, you do pose an interesting query. However, I would need time to do proper research in order to gauge what kind of investment costs we would be making and pose it to the board. You understand.
I understand. I appreciate any thought you can give to it, Mr. Steele.
Please, Oliver. Call me Walter.
Walter it is.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be off. Shall I, show you out?
If it's all right with you, I'll wait here. I'm waiting on someone to get here. If you don't mind, of course. Something funny?
Oh, just remembering something. Your surname is on the building, Oliver. You do as you see fit.
What took you so long?
That was a dirty trick you pulled at the mansion.
Maybe. But I gotta keep you on your toes somehow.
You really don't.
When did you ping my phone?
Before you came out of the bathroom. When did you figure it out?
Just before I got here. Oh, stop with the frowning. I'll be good and let you drive me to my next stop.
No, we're going back to the mansion.
Come on, Dig. I promise you'll like this one.
All right, where to?
Hey! Hey! Get back to work! I'll deal with this. Come on, guys, don't do this. I said...
The next shot will not be a warning. Get back to work. Now. What the hell are you doing, Queen?
This man is dehydrated. He needs water.
He'll get his rations later tonight.
If he doesn't drink now, he won't live to get any tonight.
My apologies.
Don't apologize. Just try to get on your feet, okay?
I'll do my best.
Let's get you up. Take care of yourself.
You're not like the others. Why do you help me?
Well, I just don't want to see anyone else suffer. Now get back to work, please.
You have a good heart. What a pity it should be wasted here.
Listen, Franklin, I didn't mean to...
You dare think to speak to me so flippantly?
He would have died! You weren't listening to reason!
Reason? The only reason you should follow out here is whatever keeps you alive and fed. Boy.
I don't need advice from a mercenary thug.
Call me what you want, but I'm a survivor, meaning I will do whatever it takes to survive. Can you say the same?
I'm here, aren't I?
You've done what you can to save your skin. Not the same thing, Queen. Chen allowed you to be here for a reason. I suggest you don't waste that generosity on playing savior to this miserable lot. If you want to make it through this in one piece, I suggest you find that killer instinct.
And what if I don't listen to your sagely wisdom?
Then she may take the choice out of your hands.
Oh, Gina. I'm so thrilled. We finally were able to sit down and do this again.
Me too. I know everything has been crazy for us at the station lately.
So I've read. This hooded vigilante is certainly making a name for himself.
There's dealing with that problem, then Oliver.
Oliver's been to see you?
A few weeks after he got back, yeah. Why?
No reason in particular. He also came to see me too around that time.
What did he want?
To talk about old times and new. You?
About the same. How's Thea been?
Oh, she is overjoyed to have him back. Though I hear he's been difficult to deal with as of late.
I can only imagine. 5 years on a deserted island? Sheesh. Could you even imagine?
Could I get your advice on something, Gina?
Does it involve Oliver?
In a sense. He and I have some, let's call it, unresolved tension when it comes to Tommy's death. I simply can't get it out of my head. And I genuinely don't know how to resolve it.
Have you tried talking with him?
Him talking is actually what caused this.
Well, when we were dating, there were times that he genuinely frustrated me so much that I couldn't even be in the same room as him. So I used someone else as a go-between.
And that worked?
It did sometimes, but I think we both seen that he isn't the exact same Oliver we used to watch get hauled away in squad cars. You could always try having someone else talk with him about what you're feeling, an unbiased third party.
I suppose I could give that a try.
Trust me. As soon as you get whatever you're feeling off your chest, you'll feel a whole lot better. How have you been since finding out about Tommy?
Honestly?
Always.
I feel like a piece of me is lost. When he went missing, I felt this piece tether away, but after hearing for absolute certain that he's gone.
I miss him too, you know. Not a day goes by I don't think about what Tommy would say or do if he saw what kind of situations I was getting myself into.
Something tells me you wouldn't be as stressed if Tommy was still here.
Well, he was always the best at making me laugh.
That is because he adored you.
He what?
You really didn't know? I suppose it isn't a huge surprise that you wouldn't. You were always too wrapped up in Oliver's drama to be able to think about others, but Tommy had the absolute biggest crush on you.
Wow.
I never brought it up before in case he ever... Well, a father can hope. But I always believed you two would have been better together than you and Oliver.
Tommy was also a playboy.
That was Oliver's influence. But I'm certain with the right woman, he would have happily settled down.
You know, maybe we would have been great together. I was always the most at ease when I was spending time with him.
I guess we'll never know for certain, thanks to Oliver.
Malcolm, this fixation on Oliver isn't... What?
Is something wrong?
Something just happened at the hospital where my guys are staying.
The ones that fought the vigilante? Are they all right?
Yes. No. It's something to do with their billing. I gotta get down there.
I've got this one. You go ahead and go.
No way. You got the last one.
And now I'm getting this one. You can get the next. Promise.
I'll hold you to that.
An unbiased third party. Now there's an idea.
Captain McKenna, please.
How does something like this even happen?
With all due respect, I'm not even certain as to what you're upset about.
I'm not upset. Just very confused as to what you mean when you say that their bills have all been taken care of.
Well, as I said when you burst into this hospital, your officers were in need of further treatment not covered by the police department's insurance, so an angel investor took the liberty of paying for everything they could possibly need.
But who would do that in this city of all places?
I'm not at liberty to divulge the identity of the investor. That would violate our confidentiality policies. Now, if you excuse me.
Doctor, I'm not finished.
Oh my god, Gina! Have you heard?
I have, though I'm still trying to wrap my head around it.
It's a miracle is what it is.
Okay, but Stacy, you aren't the slightest bit curious as to where this money came from and from whom?
Look, I know Paul lives a very dangerous life, but this is what he wanted ever since we were kids. I've tried to always be supportive, but let me tell you, when I heard about what happened to him on that rooftop, I had never been so scared. Then, I felt fear again when the doctors told me what kind of treatment he would need. I don't have that kind of money, do you?
No, but I still don't...
And I do know where the money came from.
You do?
Mm-hmm. He's still here. You should go say hi. He said he was an old friend of yours.
Did he now? Oliver!
Gina, I was hoping I'd get to see you before
Just what the hell do you think you're doing?
The right thing?
You've never done a right thing a day in your life.
Maybe not in the past, but
I thought I was pretty clear when I told you to stay out of my life.
I'm sorry, Gina. Are you actually upset that I helped your officers with their bills?
Yes, no, I'm not. But I still want to know why.
Honestly?
That would be a nice change of pace.
Well, despite it being the right thing to do, as I've said before, I did it for you, Gina.
For me?
I was horrified to learn what happened to your officers last month. Even more horrified when I learned what had become of the department's health insurance coverage.
Goddamn budget cuts.
I tried to get my company to approve a hospital-wide donation, but they turned me down and stonewalled me every time I tried to bring it up. Finally, I decided to take matters into my own hands and pay for it out of my trust fund.
Oliver, you really didn't have to do that.
I don't need it as much as they do. I'll be perfectly fine. I'll be even better now that I know they'll be taken care of.
But why do this for me?
Because despite the fact that you don't want me in your life, I'm never not going to be there for you if you need help.
Oliver.
I will always care about you, Gina.
Look, Ollie, about what I said before.
Mr. Queen, I still can't thank you enough for what you did for my brother.
It was my pleasure, Miss Collins. But please, call me Oliver.
Only if you call me Stacy.
Okay. Well, it was absolutely my pleasure, Stacy.
Well, I insist on paying you back somehow. You should come by my place for dinner one night.
Oh, really, that isn't necessary.
Oh, but I insist. I'm sure I can whip up something tasty for you to eat.
Now, Stacy, I really am quite flattered, but...
I've got to get back to the station. Thank you so much for your contribution, Mr. Queen.
Wait, Gina, You're welcome.
I should get back to my brother's room, but Oliver, call me.
Smooth, man. Real smooth.
It's my superpower, apparently.
You know, you'll never get her back like that.
This wasn't about getting her back. Forget it.
Ready to head back?
Yeah, sure. Let me hit the restroom first.
Do I need to come with you?
Only if you want to watch me pee.
I got you this time.
Excuse me, can I help you, sir?
Did Oliver Queen come through here?
Oliver? No, he was with you last I saw him.
Ma'am, I hate to ask, but can you please check your purse?
My purse? But why?
Please, ma'am. I think Mr. Queen dropped something in there back in the waiting room by accident.
Is this his phone?
Yes, it is.
How odd. I wonder how that happened.
Hey, John.
Hey, Thea.
Uh-oh. Your tone doesn't sound very happy.
I'm really not. Right now.
Oh, no.
Yep.
He did it again?
He ditched me at the hospital.
I just don't know what to do with him, John. I keep trying and trying to get him to open up and be here for him. But he just keeps disappearing.
I know.
I thought he was dead for years. And he just keeps going out there where God knows anything that could happen to him. Does he think my feelings are a joke?
No, I don't think he thinks that.
Then what could it be? Because I've got so much on my plate right now, I can't keep affording his actions to take priority if he's just going to keep stressing me out like this.
Then don't.
What?
You heard me. You've tried your best here, Thea. But he clearly doesn't want to be helped, so you should stop.
But John...
No, Thea. Forgive me for being frank, but you just said that this is stressing you out beyond your limit, so you should honestly just let him fend for himself since that's what he wants.
But he's my brother.
Alright, then if you're going to continue allowing him to break your heart, then you can find someone else to watch him.
John, no.
No, Thea, I've had it. If this is how he's going to keep making you feel, then I'm done with him.
Oh, please. Don't stop on my account.
What brings you by?
I thought I would check in to see how you're settling.
Oh? Well, I'm doing just fine, thank you.
Really?
It's definitely an adjustment, but I'm sure I'll be settled in no time.
How optimistic. See, Franklin told me a different story.
Did he?
He told me about the altercation between you two, and the compassion you showed that ailing prisoner.
Well, I mean, I thought that you probably wouldn't want your production to slow down.
I don't. Which is why those people are a dime a dozen. If one falls, I can get 6 more to take their place.
I also understand you've been bringing supplies to Miss Knyazev in the prison below.
Well, I feel bad for her being all alone down there. Whoa! Hang on!
Let me educate you, Mr. Queen. Mercy can be a useful tool, if used well. Compassion is weakness.
What's the difference?
I showed you mercy by allowing you to join with this crew instead of killing you in my tent where you stood. Do not make me appear weak, as though I demonstrated compassion by allowing your antics. Understand?
Yes, I understand.
Wonderful. I'm so glad we had this talk. Keep that as your reminder. Next time this happens, there won't be a talk.
Sorry, I'm late.
Again. You're late again. Perhaps you would have been on time if you hadn't ditched your bodyguard.
To be fair, Josh is nowhere near as fun to mess with as Dig. All I have to do is say I'm walking away to do something and he doesn't even think twice about it.
Well, you would still have John if you hadn't pissed him off to the point where he no longer wanted to work with you.
Thea.
And to top it off, I keep trying to do things that will help bring you into the company that our parents left for us. And you just keep disappearing, like you don't even care.
Speedy, I'm sorry,
No, Ollie. I asked for one thing, and no matter how much you apologize, you just keep doing it over and over. I thought you had changed. I thought... Looks like it doesn't matter what I thought. The important thing here, Oliver, is you need to shape up. Mom and Dad may have put up with this crap, but I'm not going to. I'm just done with it.
Speedy, wait! Damn it! I'm a real idiot.
You won't hear any argument from me.
That's kind of harsh.
And you don't deserve it?
No, you're right. I do. Look, John,
If you're about to say you're sorry, then save it. Apologies without changed behavior is just words. You have no idea how much pressure Thea is under right now. Maybe you didn't notice, but she's running $1 billion company.
I noticed. I'm not trying to be dismissive of my responsibilities. I'm just trying to readjust to everything. It's been a marathon, not a sprint.
And I get that, Oliver. If anyone gets that, it's me. Just so we're clear, I wasn't ticked you kept ditching me, giving your time away. I was more than willing to keep working with you until you came around. But I saw how upset it was making Thea. That was what made me mad.
I get it, John.
Just tell me what's up with you, man. There's gotta be more to this whole thing than you just not adjusting well to normal life.
It's complicated.
It's really not. Either something else is going on that's bothering you, or you're just another rich punk that's using his bad experiences as an excuse to be a jerk to those who care about you. So which is it? That's what I was afraid of.
I've really made a mess of things.
That sigh I heard sounds like a man with too much on his mind.
Hey, you.
Hey, yourself.
What are you doing here?
You invited me?
Yeah, as my +1. Not this.
A Christmas cocktail party as a billionaire's +1 isn't really my kind of scene. This feels more natural to me. Besides, I don't think I look good in dresses.
Noted.
It's also nice to be doing something productive since you've been having me warm the bench for the last couple months.
You've needed time to heal.
Yeah, and in the meantime, who knows how much further away the Viper dealers have gotten because you're lacking manpower.
We'll get some leads. These things just take time.
Have you heard anything from Captain McKenna yet?
Nothing so far.
See? I knew she wouldn't come through. It's been almost a month and still nothing. Meanwhile, we could be out there chasing leads instead of whatever this is.
Give Gina some time. She's probably been hitting some dead ends like we have.
Well, it's Gina's fault that we're having so much trouble in the first place.
And I'm not disagreeing. What I am saying is that we should give her a chance to come through, and maybe cut her a little slack, since we aren't doing much better. I can knock around as many gangbangers and small-time drug dealers that I want, but it still doesn't change the fact that no one seems to know anything useful.
Whatever you say, Oliver.
Besides, it would be nice to have an ally in the department. It would make things easier not having to worry about dodging patrols.
And getting shot at.
Exactly.
Okay. I'll give Gina some more time. So, what's up with your sister? She seems tense.
Thea? She's fine. It's me that's the problem. Turns out I've been spending so much time as the other guy that I've been making my sister feel like I don't care about her.
Well, as someone who is relatively new to this whole dual identity thing, I think it might be time to reevaluate the Oliver Queen that the rest of the world sees.
How so?
The whole stoic castaway thing was great for the first month or so, but the problem with the world around us is that even if you aren't feeling it, everyone expects you to put a smile on your face and act like everything's okay.
Wow.
Maybe not the best advice, I know, but...
No, that was actually really insightful. Definitely not the healthiest solution, but you're right. In order to fix things as the other guy, I need to be able to fly under the radar as Oliver Queen. And at the rate I'm headed...
people will eventually start to think something's up with you.
My sister's bodyguard already suspects something.
Well then, there you go! Fake it till you make it, Queen! You also aren't alone anymore. If you need to keep up appearances with Thea, or just in general for the night and can't come out, I am here.
Are you just using this as an excuse to get back into the field?
Maybe. I'm still not wrong.
No, you aren't. Thanks, Dinah. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, don't get sappy on me, Queen. Now go start mending fences with your sister.
Yes, ma'am. And for the record, I bet you would look stunning in a dress.
I bet you say that to all the girls.
Thea? Thea?
Oliver, wonderful to see you this evening.
Likewise, Walter. Have you seen my sister?
I believe she was headed up to the podium to give a speech. Best to wait until she's finished.
Speaking from personal experience?
Is there any other kind? Oh, by the way, I'm glad I caught up with you.
Oh?
I wanted to let you know that the proposition you brought to me is very much in high consideration.
Walter, that's great news!
Don't celebrate too much. I might not be able to convince them to go for everything you proposed, but the vast majority is at least in consideration.
That's still great news. Anything we can do is going to mean a lot to the people of the city.
Thank you all for coming to our traditional Christmas party. Now, I know calling them traditional may be a bit of a stretch, since we haven't held them in quite a few years to keep up the tradition. As you all know, my mother loved planning these parties. I remember watching her planning everything out in our dining room like it was a battle strategy. I asked her about it once, and you know what she said? Social politics is worse than any war, because you can't kill any of the guests, no matter how boring they are. She had a very twisted sense of humor, but she did not play around when it came to the holidays. She worked tirelessly to make sure everyone always left with a smile on their face. Unfortunately, I was the killjoy that stopped the parties after she passed away. It just didn't seem right to me because I felt like I could never measure up to her example. I also haven't had a lot of reasons to feel jolly this time of year. But this year really did end up being something special. This is the first Christmas in 5 years that I get to spend it with my brother after being separated for so long. And I could not be happier about it to have him home. You drive me insane, but I do love you, Oliver.
I love you too, Speedy.
And furthermore, I would like to say that I am so thankful for great colleagues, coworkers, and friends like all of you so that...
And I'm thankful that all you rich bloodsuckers decided to gather here tonight. And you all should be thankful that you came wearing your fanciest jewelry. Wouldn't want to have an accident like that.
Who the hell do you think you are? You have no right.
I have no right? Ha! That's rich coming from someone like you. Just look at where we are tonight. In a fancy ballroom. Full of the who's who in Star City. All dressed to the nines. Just to be seen and gawked at. Meanwhile, there's thousands of guys like me starving out there while all you stuff your faces without a care in the world. Sure, you all like to talk a big game about fixing the city, but all you really care about is yourselves. So, tonight, we've decided it's time to take back what's ours. Now, you all should stay nice and still. My men will make their way to you in good time. Try anything funny and... bang! Starting with the hostess with the mostest over there.
Oliver? Oliver! I should go check on him. It's what she would want. Oliver, what are you...
Sorry, Dig. You'll be safer in here.
Hey, the hell you think you're going? You deaf? I said, where do you think you're going?
What? Those clothes. Oliver? You're the hood?
Stay here. I'll take care of this.
Like heck, I'm sitting this out.
I'm not asking you again.
And here, I thought this wouldn't be an exciting night.
Stop right there. Apparently, someone didn't listen. Make an example of him, boys.
No!
Go save your sister, man. I got this. We'll talk later. Go!
Get these people out of here.
How?
There's an exit to some old service stairs behind the bar. Get everyone you can to safety.
What about the loudmouth at the front?
He's mine.
Seems to me you got a dilemma here, hero. If you want me, you're gonna have to go through her.
I don't think so.
Find your bodyguard and follow the bartender to the exit.
What about you?
I'll finish this.
That's my favorite knife.
Come and get it then.
All right! Let's do this. I'm not done yet.
Yes, you are. Try again, loser.
Where's Oliver? I haven't seen him the entire time!
Hey! Let me out!
Phew. About time I got let out of there. What did I miss?
Oliver! What happened to you?
Sorry, Speedy. I couldn't hold it until the speech was over, so I went to the bathroom. I tried to leave, but was locked in. Is everyone okay? I thought I heard screaming at one point.
Really? Locked in the bathroom? That's the lie you're going with? I was worried sick about you. You abandoned me.
Actually, Thea, I was the one who locked him in the bathroom.
You did?
I did. I saw him head that way before the gunman came in, so I wanted to make sure he was okay. Once I saw where he was, I made sure he was safe and went back to trying to stop the intruders. You know, before the hood showed up.
Thank you, John.
Thank you so much for trying to keep everyone safe.
I was just doing my job. The hood guy's the one who really saved the day here.
Well, you're still my hero. Still, I am surprised the hood was here to save us at all. I thought he hated the wealthy. I guess we were totally wrong about the type of person he is.
Yeah, I guess we were.
I gotta go talk to the police, but let's get something to eat after this. All three of us?
Sounds great.
I wouldn't miss it. Crazy night, huh?
It definitely was.
So, how come you didn't out me to Thea?
Not my secret to tell. Also, I didn't think that outing your secret was a good way to say thank you for saving everyone.
You don't have to thank me. I don't do this for thanks.
Maybe not, but suddenly everything about you makes a lot of sense.
Does it?
See, I thought I had you figured out. Turns out there's a lot more going on inside you than I realized.
You mean I'm not just another rich asshole?
Oh, you are. But you aren't the jerk I thought you were. Still, keeping this kind of secret has to take a toll after a while.
It does. Sometimes I feel like my other life does nothing but make my life more complicated.
Then why do it?
Why did you become a soldier?
Seriously?
As a heart attack.
To help people.
When I was on that island, I thought back to just how much suffering I ignored because of my privilege. I always said if I was ever rescued, things would be different.
Yeah, but why the hood and the bow?
That is a long story.
I'd be happy to hear it sometime, if you'd be willing to take me on.
Take you on? You want to work with me?
Is there a problem?
Well, not inherently, but I'm curious as to why you would want to throw in with a vigilante.
Honestly, tonight reminded me a lot of why I wanted to serve in the first place. Don't get me wrong. I definitely helped a lot of people in Afghanistan, but there was also a lot of bad stuff I had to do in the name of my country.
You looking for absolution?
Not necessarily. More like purpose refulfillment. Oliver, you gotta understand that after the Corps, there weren't exactly a lot of job offers lining up to take me outside of security work babysitting the rich and selfish.
I'll try not to take that personally.
And when I first heard about the hood, I thought you were a lunatic anarchist that was just putting a hurt on the rich for your own selfish arrogance. But being out there with you tonight really made me understand what you're actually about. You're putting your life on the line to try and make this city better for everyone. I haven't felt that kind of clarity of focus in a long time.
I still don't know how I feel about putting a civilian into this fight, soldier or not.
Look, man, I'm not trying to get in your way. I just want to make a difference again. Also, having me on your team will help you cover things with Thea. Believe me, you really need the help getting back in her good graces.
Well, with an offer like that, How can I say no?
What do you say then? You got room for a bodyguard, Mr. Queen?
No. But I think I could use another partner.
Another partner? I thought you vigilante types worked alone.
Maybe at first. But I think you'll find that you aren't the only one who's full of surprises.
Hey, Queen!
Speaking of partners, I have someone you need to meet. I brought dinner.
I'm not hungry.
I also brought you some clothes, like I said I would.
Just leave it there. I'll pick it up later.
But I came all the way down to see you.
How nice for you.
Taiana, come on. I'm trying.
You are trying to assuage the guilt you feel for siding with people who would kill you as easily as they had given you your own tent. I'm not interested in giving you your forgiveness.
Okay. Well, the stuff is right here. I hope everything fits. Good night, Taiana.
What is this?
Taiana, I had a feeling you might not hear me out, but please read this. You were right. I feel horrible about what's being done to these people. I want to help them get out of here, but I can't do it alone. I'm afraid that they may try to make me hurt you or someone else to prove myself if we stay here any longer. Keep that knife close. You'll need it when the moment comes.
Be brave, Oliver.
All right, tough guy. Out you go.
Hey! Watch the merchandise.
Must be nice to have friends in high places.
The hell is that supposed to mean?
I'm very disappointed in you, Mr. Diaz. I believe your instructions could not have been more clear.
Yes, sir. I understand why you're upset, but it wasn't my fault.
All you were supposed to do was stage a robbery and kill Oliver Queen, but not only did you bungle that up, you almost killed his sister in his place. Did you think I would be okay with that?
Sir, please.
And to make matters worse, you got yourself arrested. Do you have any idea what kind of danger you put our operation in by allowing that to happen? Lucky for you, I have friends in the police force that owe me favors. And while I applaud your ability to work under pressure, that does not make it better that you took Thea Queen hostage in his place. If you had killed her, let's just say we would be having a much different conversation.
I understand. But I wouldn't have had to take things so far if the freaking vigilante hadn't showed up and made everything worse. He screwed up the whole operation.
The operation was already screwed long before the man in the hood showed up, Mr. Diaz. Still, your words aren't entirely inaccurate. The vigilante has been becoming more of a problem as of late. First, he was just taking out the rich and arrogant. Then he started hitting our dealers on the streets. Now, he's been trying to beat on anyone in town willing to give info on us. This is starting to make too much noise. Something needs to be done.
Let me have another crack at him, sir. I'll make sure he gets handled this time.
I think you've handled him plenty. No, Mr. Diaz, I want you exclusively working with our suppliers and making sure our main operation is being taken care of as we move into the next phase.
Sure. But what about Oliver Queen? Do you still want to take him out?
Not your concern anymore, Ricardo.
Yes, sir. What about the Hood? What do you plan to do with him?
Let's just say that dealing with the vigilante is going to have to require a very strong, hands-on approach. Luckily, I know the perfect person to handle it.
Green Arrow Year 1 stars Jake Johnston as Oliver Queen, Gina Stockwell as Dinah Lance, Cliff Jones as John Diggle, Summer Rose as Thea Queen, J.D. Shouse as Malcolm Merlyn, Lauren Moore as Gina McKenna, Kat Leroy as Taiana Knyazev, Noelle Pennison as Chen Na Wei, Henry Schultz as Franklin, with Wyatt Bowden as Walter Steele, and Joseph Boslinski as Ricardo Diaz. Featuring additional voices by Wyatt West, Alex B., Henry Schultz, and Kalima Acevedo. Story written and directed by Wyatt Bowden. Music scored by Wolf No. 9, featuring additional music scored by the Knighthood Project. Audio engineered by Billy Mazzell. Series art by Evan Collin. Edited by Joseph E.W. Series produced by CBW Productions.